Today's lesson is on solving exponential equations. Some of these are real easy, and some of these are actually quite complicated, many steps. So I'm going to show you just kind of different formats and different methods. So starting out, we'll start kind of easy. So 36 to the power of x plus 1 equals 6 to the power of x plus 6. So a later method in this video is going to work for this problem. I'm just going to show you a different way to think about this one. One way is to try to rearrange this so they have the same base. So you can write 36 as 6 squared, and that's to the power of x plus 1. So now this power to a power, you would multiply your exponent, so 6 to the power of 2x plus 2 equals 6 to the power of x plus 6. If they have the same base and they're equal, then that must be true that their exponents are also equal. So 2x plus 2 has to be equal to x plus 6, and now we can just solve for x. So x equals, I'll subtract 2 over here, so x equals 4. Okay, example 2, we're going to use the same method, but this question's a little bit more challenging. So 2/3 to the power of x minus 5 equals 9/4 to the power of 3x over 4. Okay, so same method, meaning I want these bases to be the same. So how can I do that? You're always kind of looking at the one with the larger numbers and recreating that one. So notice how we have 2/3 and then we have 9/4. So it's kind of like a flip, and then the numbers are squared. So what flips the fraction? A negative exponent. So I can rewrite this. I'm going to do like parentheses within parentheses here. 2/3 to the power of negative 2, and that's to the power of 3x over 4. So if you think about this power to a power, you multiply. So 2/3 x minus 5 equals 2/3. If we multiply, that would be negative 6x over 4, which would simplify to negative 3x over 2. So just like last time, once the bases are equal, if these are equal, then our exponents have to be equal to each other. So x minus 5 has to equal negative 3x over 2. So now let's solve for x. I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. So on the left, 2x minus 10 equals negative 3x. Get your x onto one side, so negative 10 equals negative 5x, and therefore x equals positive 2. All right, next example is a different method. So 4 to the power of x equals 13. So obviously our answer is going to be a decimal. We will just round it, because 4 to what power is 13? So here is the method. What we can do is take the log of both sides. So log of 4 to the power of x, and whatever you do to one side, do to the other. We'll take the log of 13. Property of exponents tells me I can bring the x down in front. So x log 4 equals log 13. And then to solve for x, we can just divide both sides by log 4. So x equals this, you can just type in your calculator. Log 13 divided by log 4 is about 1.85. All right, so now we have base e, so that should make you think about what type of logarithm you're going to use this time. E to the power of 4 minus 3x equals 6. So we're going to take the log of both sides, but this time let's take the natural log of e to the power of 4 minus 3x equals the natural log of 6. Property of exponents. So 4 minus 3x times the natural log of e equals the natural log of 6. Now, if you remember, natural log of e cancels out to just 1. So I have 4 minus 3x equals natural log of 6. So now let's just subtract 4 and then divide by -3. So x will equal the natural log of 6 minus 4 divided by -3. You can type that in your calculator and you should get rounded about 0.74. Okay, the next example, we're actually using the same method, except this is going to have a lot more steps. It's a lot more complicated. So 4 to the power of 3x minus 1 equals 3 to the power of 2 minus x. So we're going to start by taking the log of both sides. And you can do common log or natural log. I'm going to do natural log for this one. So natural log of 4 to the power of 3x minus 1, natural log of 3 to the power of 2 minus x. So these exponents have to come down in front. So 3x minus 1 times the natural log of 4 equals 2 minus x times the natural log of 3. So this is messy. What we're going to have to do is actually make it look a little messier before we clean it up. We are going to distribute those natural logs into our parentheses. So this will be 3x natural log of 4 minus natural log of 4 equals 2 times the natural log of 3 minus x natural log of 3. So our goal is to solve for x. So let's get the terms with x on the same side and then the terms without x on the same side. So I'm going to add x ln 3 to the left and I'm going to add ln 4 to the right. So 3x ln 4 plus x ln 3 equals 2, ln 3 plus ln 4. Okay, so now, because all of my x's are on the same side, these two terms both have an x, so I will factor an x out in front. And when you factor an x out in front, we still have 3 natural log 4 plus natural log 3 equals 2 natural log 3 plus natural log 4. And now, to get x by itself, we're going to divide both sides by this entire factor here. So x will equal 2 natural log 3 plus natural log 4, and we're going to divide that all by 3 natural log 4 plus natural log 3. When you're typing all of that into your calculator, I highly suggest being careful with parentheses when you're typing that in. And when you type it in, you should get about 0.68. Okay, last question. It's going to be similar to the previous one. So I suggest maybe you could write it down, pause the video, and try it on your own. Otherwise, you can just follow along. Okay, so natural log of both sides. And if you remember, we know that our powers are going to come down in front, so I'm just going to kind of skip that step. So 2x plus 4 times natural log of 6 and negative x plus 1 times the natural log of 5. Then we distribute. So 2x natural log of 6 plus 4 natural log of 6 equals negative x natural log of 5 plus natural log of 5. And now get your x terms on the same side and then your non-x terms on the other side. So 2x ln 6 plus x ln 5 equals ln 5 minus 4 ln 6. Factor an x out in front, so 2 ln 6 plus ln 5 equals ln 5 minus 4 ln 6. And now we can divide both sides by this factor and get our answer. So x equals natural log of 5 minus 4 natural log of 6, and we're dividing it by 2 natural log of 6 plus natural log of 5. Type it all in your calculator. Be careful with parentheses, and you should get about negative 1.07. So there's your full video solving exponential equations, some rather easy and some rather complicated. Good luck.